Hello friends. So we have come to the third lecture, that is Francis Bacon's Youth and Age. Comparative merits and demerits of young people and also old people. So we also saw that there are some people, they are already mature in their youth because they don't waste their time. There are others middle age. After their middle age, they become great like Julius Caesar and Septimus Severus. In the beginning, they are violent and you cannot control them. See. And then we saw that reposed natures, balanced people like Augustus Caesar and so on. Or you have got other names, Cosmus, Governor of Florence, Cosmus, Duke of Florence, and also Gaston de Foix as the French general. These people, they were of balanced nature, so from very almost their youth, they have become quite mature. There are such people. And then definition of youth, Bacon has given, youth is like the first cogitation with thoughts. Second one, of course, is like that of old men. Means it is they have got experience. That is based on experience. And now we come to, that's the main points in our first lecture, second lecture. First lecture was introduction. Now today we have got sentence 11. On the other side, heat and vivacity in age is an excellent composition for business. So if you find an old man with heat and vivacity, heat means energy, vivacity means liveliness, then that person is an excellent person for doing business. Young men are fitter to invent than to judge. So the comparative merits and demerits of young men and old men. Young men are fitter to invent, means new things. They are always searching for new things. Than to judge, means to make judgment, to pass judgment on something, or to give advice. Young men are fitter for action rather than counsel. So if you ask advice from a young man, you may not get. But a young man, you may not get. But on the other hand, if you ask them, okay, let's go and start this and that, then they will say, oh, ready, we are ready. Let's go and jump into the waterfall, they are ready to do that. That's the thing. They don't bother about what will happen to them. And fitter for new projects than for settled business. Established business, settled business, the best persons to run settled business, they are the old people because they have got the experience. But young men are for new projects. They want the new projects. They want to invent new things. So, sentence 12 is a comparative merits and demerits. Young men are fitter to invent than to judge. Secondly, young men are fitter to action and execution than for counsel. And young men are fitter for new projects than for settled business. If you want to get things done, you just hand over the thing to the young man. He will execute it. That's it. And then, sentence 14, for the experience of age in things that fall within the canvas of it. It means age. Because they have got a lot of experience within the canvas of it, within that age experience. Directed them, but in new things, abused them. So, aged men, they have got the experience. That will direct them, but they are unable to, or they are not fit for starting new things. Canvas of it means they are within their experience. That's the meaning. 14. The errors of young men are the ruin of business, but the errors of aged men cannot but to this that, more might have been done or sooner. If young men make mistake, then at the end of it, the end of his business. But the chief error of an old man is delay. So because of the delay, what happens is, he could have done more, but he has only done, say, 2/3 of what is expected of him. Because he will think, he has second thought, he will consult people, he will get counsel from others, but not young men. And also sooner. Suppose he said, you have to start a business in a big city, on 25th March 2021. You hand over this project to an old man. The old man may not be in a position to start it on the day of the deadline. Some days it will be 2022. So delay, such things can happen. But the business will be there. As far as young men are concerned, business will be, it will come to an end. That is we say, the end. Because that will be the ruin of that business. Now, continuing sentence 15, it's a long one but very simple. Young men in the conduct and manage of actions embrace more than they can hold. So young men, what do? Embrace means you take up more responsibilities or more projects or more, undertake more actions than they can embrace. Embrace means hold. That's the thing. They can hold, they can control. And then stir more than they can quit. That is, some days what happens, you find stir means to take action. Take very energetic action. Say, you ask a group of young men, you have to agitate for that particular purpose. Immediately they start, they go around shouting slogans and also asking people to join them. Because what happens, as far as they are concerned, they stir more than they can quit. They start with 100 people. But by, say, in a few hours time, this 100 the number will swell into 1 lakh. Then what will happen? The leader, the young man, will not be able to control them. That's the thing. But he can appeal to people, he can give fiery sermons and he can become furious about the situation and so on. So many people will be attracted to it. But he may not be able to keep them under control. Fly to the end without consideration of the means and degrees. Fly to the end means first you hand over a project to them. First and foremost they will think, it should end like this. They are not thinking about the process, how to reach the end. What are the means to the end? They are not there. These things are not their concern. They will say, yes, what is your target? I say, I will set a target of 1 lakh rupees per week. The young man will say, all right, I am ready. But then he doesn't think that how is he going to achieve that. That's it. Process is not a problem for them. Without consideration of the means and degrees, pursue some few principles which they have chanced upon absurdly. There are no principles. And if at all they have any principle, only few. And that too, not by reading or studying, but by chance they might have come across some principles. Only that they will follow. Absurd means stupid. Because on the other hand, old men, they read books, they consult people, they get opinion from others, but this young men are not like that. They say, oh, you have to do such a thing. Oh, don't worry. If there is an obstacle, remove him. That is the thing. Not worrying about the consequences. Then, care not to innovate with which draws unknown inconveniences. So, they will innovate even without considering any threats to their innovation. Unknown inconveniences, they are not at all possible. They just start the business. Care not to innovate and so on. Use extreme remedies at first. If they find there is a strike in their factory, they will close down the factory. That is the extreme remedy. Close down the factory. At first they will do that. No negotiation, nothing of that sort. And that which doubleth all errors, they will not acknowledge their errors. So, there are many errors they commit. For example, they can say, they take up more responsibility, conduct and manage of actions, whatever. They embrace more than they can hold. So, their business will be a business empire, but they are unable to control it. Stir more than they can quit. Start things larger ambition. but they are unable to keep it under control. Fly to the end without consideration of means and degrees. They fix targets without considering what are the means to achieve them. Pursue some few principles which they have chanced upon absurdly. They have no principles, if at all they have only one or two, and that too not from experience but by chance they got from some stupid person in a stupid situation. That is absurdly means, absurdly. Care not to innovate which draws unknown inconvenience. So if they have some new project, they don't mind whether there are inconveniences waiting for them or not. Inconveniences threatening them, they just don't care about that. For example, suppose you hand out the projects of constructing a building or a bridge, say over not a building but a bridge over a river. They are ready to take it up, but they would never think of the floods that might occur or the storm that might occur. None of those things. Those are inconveniences, but they don't just care. They agree to do it, and they will fix the date on which the project will be completed, project will be handed over. Inconveniences. Use extreme remedies at first. So in case you have got, as I just now told you, there is a strike in the factory, extreme remedy, close down and go. They go for holidays. But the other way you can see is, you can negotiate, see, come to an agreement so that you can proceed. And that which develop all errors. So all the errors will be doubled when young men, they don't accept or acknowledge that they have committed mistake. That's the thing. And they don't retract, they don't look back. What is my track record? They will not look back. Or what are the mistakes that I have committed? From these mistakes, can I correct myself? After correcting, can I proceed? No such thing. They will not look back. Instead, there is erase. Oh, don't worry. To err is human and forgive is divine, and then we proceed. Retract them like an unready horse. Unready horse means a horse that cannot be controlled. A horse which has no discipline. A horse that is not disciplined. Such a good. Young men are like unready horses. Unready horse, what will the unready horse knows only one thing: go forward. Whatever inconvenience waiting for you, threats waiting for you, don't care. And that will neither stop nor turn. Unready horses, uncontrollable horses, horses which are not disciplined, they have only one thing: just go forward, gallop forward. They don't mind whether there are 10 lions waiting to eat this horse or not. The horse doesn't bother because he is not concerned about inconveniences or threats or dangers or any such risks in life. So young men are exactly like that. They might commit mistakes, but they don't accept that these are mistakes. Why? You are old-fashioned. You don't know. The world has changed. Where are you? Now this is the age of computers or AI. AI means artificial intelligence and so on. And they will justify their errors. As a result of that, what will happen is that will double. It will double these Bacon says that attitude to error will double their tragedy. That's it. Double their errors. And not acknowledge, not go back, not look back, but instead go forward with all their mistakes and with all their errors. And that is compared to an unready horse, a horse that is not disciplined. A horse that is not disciplined cannot be controlled. All what the horse will do is like a robot, it will proceed further without considering any inconveniences or threats. So my dear friends, we have seen today, since in old age, if old men are with heat and vivacity, that's an excellent old man for doing business. Young men are fitted to invent, they have got imagination, so they can take a new project. They are fitted to execution, energetic people, they can act, but not fit for counsel. That's for old people. And further, fitter for new project than settled business. New project they will do, but not the established business. Then he says, experience of age in things that fall within the compass of it, means within their area of life, will direct them. But new things, old men cannot take them. And then further he says, a race of young men, that is the end of business. But the race of old men, sometimes that it is delayed. So you may criticize an old man for not doing more or doing things or delaying things. That's it. And then sentence 15 is a long one, as I told you. Now it's nothing but the young men, what do? Finally he concludes that young men are like unready horses. They don't look back. Like young men don't look back and learn from their errors or mistakes. As a result of that, what happens? Their ruin will be doubled. Their tragedy will be doubled. Their failure will be doubled. I hope that you have been following, but now please listen to this. Let's wash our hands and flush out Corona. This week's slogan for us. Next week I will give you another. Last week it was, you remember last week's, see, that is break the chain and then crush Corona. That is Corona. That was the last week's slogan. This week's it is this. Hope that you are following and you are enjoying my classes. So for the time being, bye. We will see you again. Till then, bye. Have a nice time. Take care of your health. Stay home and stay safe. Bye.